Yeah, I'm feeling good. Training's been going pretty well, and I'm excited to compete on Saturday. And I think I just have to take one step at a time and hopefully get the qualifying time. And once I get the qualifying time, then hopefully go on and compete at the Olympics.
Yeah, so people forget that there's stages to this. You just don't just turn up to the Olympics. You've got qualifiers before that and everything. And you're going to defend your 10,000 metre title this summer. Just that title, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just only getting going for the 10,000. And I said that I haven't competed since 2017. So I do have to get time in order to go to the Olympics. And often I think a lot of people just kind of assume Mo Farah is competing and he's going to go to Olympics and win an Olympic medal. No, it's just the whole stage you get through and hopefully get right at the Olympics.
Do you feel a pressure? We talk a lot about, athletes, that physical intensity you've got to put through, but then also that mental thing and the expectation. How do you manage that?
I think it's really important for us as an athlete to enjoy what we do. And I love what I do. And for me, what keeps me going is representing your country and making your country proud. And I've had an amazing career so far. And I remember watching back at the World Championship in Doha and thinking, I miss the track. One of the reasons why is coming back to be able to get back on the track and see what I can do one last time.
Let's talk about the Olympics this summer. A lot of people talking about it. It was postponed from last summer. We know that on Friday, Japan extended a state of emergency until the 20th of June. Do you think the Olympics should go ahead?
Hopefully, if we can, not putting lives at risk, country at risk, and everything is taken care of it in the correct way, then hopefully it should happen, because we've already waited for a year. And there's a lot of youngsters who are looking forward to competing at Olympics. Even myself, I'm looking forward to it, and it can't get bigger than the Olympics in terms of a sport.
Well, there's an article in the Times which is talking about it. There's people saying that it should be banned, and there's people saying that it should be moved. But they're also saying that spectators at the Olympics may have to show a negative virus test result before being allowed in. They're going to be banning eating, drinking, and cheering. So having no atmosphere in the stadium, nobody cheering, that clapping, and that's something that really does spur athletes on, that energy they feel. Will that affect your performance? Will you miss it? Or do you just blank it all out anyway? You're in your own zone.
Yeah, often in the race, you kind of zone in and you just focus in on the race. And obviously having the crowd, it does help. But in this scenario, I think all the athletes are just grateful and are looking forward to having a race, because we've already been waiting for a whole year. Like myself, I try and switch off and just do the best that I can. And I know I'm going to have, in terms of my opposition, same amount of people who'll be competing against me. So in a way, just concentrate on the race and focus, see if I can cross the line first.
Well, listen, we've got everything crossed for you, and we are grateful that you're here now during this training period.
Often it is our duty to be able to talk to journalists and talk to the front of the camera, because that's what we have to do as an athlete. But sometimes it's difficult, and if someone's not in the right mind state, or as I said, like going through mental health and in a difficult position, it's so much more difficult. And I think at this point we can only support her and encourage her. But often, even for me, I've come off the track and I'm not very happy. I've just come off second in the race and I should have won the race and I made a mistake. You get the microphone. It's like, oh Mo, how did you feel? You should have beat that guy, didn't you? Did you make that mistake? And you know what mistake you made, but you have to be then able to, say, yeah, I did, and talk different. But at that point, you probably don't want to say anything, but you do.
But is that part of the job, though? That, I mean, look, we all have parts of the job that you have to, that people want to know. People,
But we're paid to talk, whereas sports people are training really, really hard. It's the physical side, and then we expect them to have to talk as well. I mean, that's a massive challenge for people for whom that isn't their first thing that they've been trained.
True, but then on the other hand, people are paying to go through the turnstiles or for the TV rights or for the everything else, and so they if you're their number one star, they've been supporting you. They've just paid huge amounts of money to come and see you, and you haven't performed. They want to hear why not. Now, is it fair? And I can see that we've turned it into this thing, and it's also actually probably made worse again by social media.
Yeah.
That you the reason that people are asking some of the questions is because they want to get that bit that then goes viral.
Yeah. Yeah.